Good morning everyone. Today I'm here in Llandudno Bay in Wales, one of Wales's great seaside towns. It's only a small town, but it's one that you won't easily forget. It's about 7:30 in the morning, the sun has just come up. And what a little picturesque seaside town this is. Take a look at the sunrise behind me. And I've got about another half an hour before my hotel starts serving breakfast. So I thought to myself, you know, I'm going to take a nice stroll along the beach. Definitely not a sandy beach, that's for sure. The pebbles are quite large. It's a stony beach. There's the Grand Hotel, just in the background there. And it's like the seaside town that time forgot. I think I quite like it that way, you know, an untouched seaside town from the 70s, 80s, maybe even later than that. I do think there's a section of the beach just over there that it's not so stony, because I mean that it's near enough impossible to sunbathe amongst that. But just over the back there, it does look like there's a little section of beach where they've removed all the big rocks. It does look quite pleasant. So just behind me in them hills up there, I believe there's a toboggan ride and a cable car. And if you're a regular viewer to this channel, you would know I quite like me the cable cars. So they do have this strip where it's like a walkway right next to the beach, where no cars are allowed. Cars are just beyond that railing over there. It's a huge walkway. I mean, you could easily fit a 4-lane carriageway here. It's just pleasant. So next we're going to be heading off to the pier. We're going to go and check out what's at the bottom, see what it's all about. Or just had me breakfast, checked out my hotel. I say that the El Senor, nothing to document in there really, just a standard budget hotel, bed and a TV. We're going to have a walk along the pier now. There's a nice big Ferris wheel there. And last night when I came, that was all lit up and it did look quite nice. The Grand Hotel. What a place to have a hotel. A puppet shop. If you're into your puppets. Soft toys. Picture frames. Oh, look at these two here. Oh, discussing their next victim. Oris and Jasper. Oh, there's another one there. A nice, oh, Buzz Lightyear over there. Don't know if there's any copyright issues going on there. A runaway train. Runaway mine train. I'm just blessed with the sunshine everywhere I go, I think. It just follows me about. In fact, it's October. It's October, peeps. No joking. Oh, Look at the mountains. Selling garden furniture there on the pier. Now that's very unusual. Selling garden furniture on the pier. There's loads. There is a string of memorial benches. Every one of them is in loving memory of somebody. Carol Tongue, John Parkinson. I won't do them all, but there's a good old fair few. So today I'm going to see if I can get to Conwy Castle for you. And there's a place I went to a few years ago. My dad told me about. He used to go there as a kid as well. It's a place called Devil's Bridge in Aberystwyth. Me and Welsh words. We're just coming towards the end of the pier. It reminds me a little bit of the film Big. Have you seen it, where he walks to the end of that pier? He makes that wish with his friend that he wishes to be big. It's got that sort of vibe about it. It's got that sort of vibe. So we're just approaching the end of the pier. Llandudno Pier. I think I said that right that time. I love to call it Llandudno. It's spelt with double L's, but I think they only pronounce one. Llandudno. Oh, the Welsh coast. Look at the beauty of that. So I'm not sure what that is. It does look like... Oh, it's an arcade. Let's have a little sneak peek in there. They're not open yet, because it is still quite early. But it's an old arcade. And the Ocean Bar. Oh. Oh, look at that. And the old penny press. It's out of order, but you put your penny in and it comes out with Llandudno on it. The old penny press. But right at the end of the pier now. And this bench in love and memory of Elma. I thought that said Elmo for a minute. The Ocean Cafe. And a beautiful view. This string of hotels that line the beach, and in the background you can see more of the Welsh, beautiful Welsh mountains as well. I mean, it doesn't really get more picturesque than that. for a seaside town tucked away in Wales. That's the pier where we just walked along. That's the Grand Hotel. The other side of it doesn't look too pleasant, this side. It's a bit rusty. But, see if we can locate this toboggan ride. I think last time I come here I'd done the cable car. But obviously I didn't have the channel then. So I don't know if you see last week's video of me going up, conquering, might I add, Mount Snowdon. I did need the exercise, to be honest. I started getting a little bit lazy. You do, I think, in your late 30s. I think you start getting a bit lazy. Shifted a few pounds going up there, that's for sure. Just making our way up here to the cable car, trying not to get me my brand new Air Force Ones dirty. Oh, more stairs. Well, that's a bummer. I've just got to the cable car. They don't accept contactless payment, it's cash only. Well, the toboggan ride doesn't take contactless payment either. I've just asked. Sadly, on this trip, I only had my mobile phone to make contactless payments with, so I couldn't do the cable car or the toboggan ride. So I'm going to head on down to Conwy Castle and continue my mini adventure of Wales. I've only found him. So after a 15-minute drive from Llandudno Bay, I've arrived at my next destination in Conwy. It's the Conwy Castle, located in the north of Wales, built by Edward I during his conquest of Wales between 1283 and 1287, constructed as part of a wider project to protect and create the walled town of Conwy. The castle has played important roles through several wars over the years. It withstood the siege of Mad Dog Llewellyn in the winter of 1295, but is now just a ruin and a very popular tourist destination. And here's the great river Conwy as well, which was once patrolled by the castle. Right, so we're going to take a walk around the front of the castle. There's a little tunnel here we've got to walk through. So this tunnel runs just underneath Conwy Castle. It is within their grounds. You can see the walls of the castle are up there, and that would have been a little window spot that a guard would have sat at with a bow and arrow and his sword. But it is quite narrow here as well, very narrow, so don't be coming through here in your Arctic lorry. Cheers mate, thank you. We're just heading round to the front of the castle now, along a road that we shouldn't really be walking, but hey ho, get to see some of the views you wouldn't usually see. So we're just walking up to the toll bridge. I don't know if, hopefully I haven't got to pay to walk across the bridge. Let's walk the toll bridge. So before the road bridge was built, this would have been the main way into Conwy, and it would have been protected by Edward I's guards. What a view that is. Just gives you some sense of how intense it would have been walking up to the castle, entering the castle. So the bridge struts come out from the castle onto the drawbridge. So it's only £12 to enter the castle, but it is a bare ruin inside with a few stairwells and empty rooms, and sadly it's been overrun by pigeons and crows. Right, so I'm just on my way to Aberystwyth. And it's about a 2-hour drive from Conwy. We may see things along the way as well where I'll stop and be amazed. And if not, then we'll see you at Aberystwyth. We do have some sheep in the road. Come on, get out of the way. Coming in. Away we go, away we go. Good girls. Look at the bloody sheep. What the hell? It just feels like you're, I don't know, like you're on Mars. I mean, there's just nobody about in the Welsh valleys. We're here. Oh, it just took me 3.5 hours trekking through the valleys, as you saw.
Oh, there's toilets on there.
Just entering Devil's Bridge now. It's only £2. Let's go. But we've got this fella as we enter the Devil's Bridge. So it's quite steep. Everywhere it does seem to have these steep steps everywhere you go in Wales. So the Devil's Bridge gets its name from a myth started from the 11th century, where an old lady couldn't get to her cow the other side of the water, and the devil said, "I'll build you a bridge, but I get to keep the first living thing that crosses it." So the old lady said, "That's fine." The devil said, "Come back in the morning and I'll have the best bridge built for you you've ever seen. So the lady came back in the morning with a loaf of bread and her dog, and out of nowhere, as she approached the bridge, the devil popped up and she hurdled the loaf of bread onto the bridge, and her dog run onto the bridge after the loaf of bread. The devil looked at her in despair. He'd been outwitted by the old lady, and in a huff he vanished and never visited Wales again. The old lady walked across the bridge to retrieve her cow, and that is where the bridge gets its name from.
And you can see where the water has carved its own imprints into the side of the rocks. And there's another glimpse at the wonderful, mythical Devil's Bridge, the three bridges. To continue the trail round, I think there's another entrance. So this is from the other side of the bridge. The three bridges, which I've just received some more information on as well, actually. So this path takes around 45 minutes to walk through. I can't resist. So the path, after me fooling around, the path takes around 45 minutes. I'll pick the best bits out for you. Make sure you don't miss any of the reasons why you might want to come here to Devil's Bridge in Aberystwyth and take a look for yourself. I've just drove 3.5 hours to get here. Oh wow. That is what it's all about. That's nature at its finest. Let's continue on this trail at Devil's Bridge. So I hope everyone does enjoy my little videos that I do off and about on my journeys. It'd be nice if everyone that watched the videos could subscribe, give us a little thumbs up. Keeps the videos going. Everyone's going to start calling me Mr. Sunshine because everywhere I go the sun just pops out. So there's two paths. I can carry on going straight forward or down there. Oh, look at all those. Oh, isn't that weird? Isn't that amazing? Look, people have etched all their coins in. There's 10p coins, there's 10-cent coins, 2p coins, all etched into this tree stump. How weird. Is it their offerings to the devil? To keep him away from them? Should we dare take one? There's a 50p there, but it's bent. Someone's going to come down here with their pliers now, you watch, after watching this video, and take all the money out. What a weird thing. A 5.5 hour drive back to Essex. There's not really much to see. There's a nice bench, and we do love benches. Oh, we do love benches. I do like my knees and legs to be intact as well at the same time. Oh, they're really big steps. These are a bit better. The steps, the crashes of water are getting louder. The terrain is terrible. Oh, if I give you a look at the floor that I'm trying to walk over, it's deadly. It's so slippery. Really got to be careful coming down here. Oh, the railings are here for a reason, to hold on to. So I don't know if you can hear this at the moment through the audio of the phone. And there's enormous water crashing against rocks noise. And it's like someone's left their lunch or something over there. And I have just spotted the most sensational waterfall. Wow. There we go, that's one good reason to come to Devil's Bridge. And that's where our noise was coming from. That is the water gushing from where we were at the top, where the 3 bridges were. So as I zoom in, there is a little water pit there as well, a little holding, and as that fills up, it overflows and carries on its journey down the fall. Right, let's carry on. Continuous gushing of water. This is where it's running away to. Right, let's continue on. So these are pretty steep steps. Pretty steep. And wow, that is steep. That would be straightforward in if I was to walk forward, and that is the angle at pointing down. Wow. Might be able to give you a shot just how steep that actually is. I'll see you at the bottom because I'm going to hold on to the rail. So here's a view at the bottom of the waterfall. As it gushes away And more spectacularly, the steps. It looks like something out of The Exorcist. You know, when the priest's standing at the top of the steps and he falls. Pretty spooky. And there's another bridge just there. Doesn't look the greatest of bridges, but we're going to give it a go. We're nearly at the bottom of the steps. Let's go. It's like something out of the Hobbit movie. Or a movie. Ah, but look at those. Beautiful rocks. Right, let's take on this this dodgy looking bridge. Here we go. Hopefully hopefully this is safe. To tell you now, it's not the grippiest of bridges. Give it that. So that's where the water is gushing to. And this is where it's gushing from. Flowing rather than gushing. We're used flowing. Woo. Let's go. Get me up here. Oh, another beautiful view. We're getting closer to the waterfall now. So not the greatest of steps, but there is a lovely bench here. We wanted to spend a few minutes after climbing these very steep steps. Spend a minute next to the sound of crushing and crashing water. Let's go. If you're wondering what the ticking noise is when I'm walking, I'm using my umbrella as a walking stick. What is going on with that rock? How is that a step? This is where we gotta go. Here we go. Oh dear. No one would have thought that I actually climbed Mount Snowdon yesterday. And I'm still out here doing this today. There we go. That's a nice one. There's another bench. Another lovely bench. Totally worth my 3-hour drive. That's put a smile on my face. We won't go that way. Oh, mind you, maybe I should have. Ooh, goodness me. So there's two paths. One, I believe, exits the Devil's Bridge walk around, and this one takes you to another view of that waterfall, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, like a load of snakes hanging out of the floor. Oh, here we go. Lovely little yeti. Woohoo! So, I think I'm going to end the video here, because at the top of the steps is the end of the trail. So we started our journey in Llandudno, we went on to Conwy to see Edward I's castle, Conwy Castle. Then we headed here to Devil's Bridge. What a day it's been, what an escape it's been. I hope I can inspire someone to come to Wales and see the beauties that I've seen today. And don't forget to leave us a nice thumbs up, leave one of your beautiful comments, please subscribe. Who knows where we're going to be next.